Alright guys, welcome back. This is the third week of May. You know what that means as far as DC Comics is concerned. It's Ladies' Night over at DC. What do you think about Ladies' Night over at DC?
I mean, there are plenty of women comic books, but I mean, not necessarily at night. They're happening during the day, too.
Ladies Comics, though. It's pretty sweet, right?
Sure, if they're good.
Is it right to have... Because I like to think it's a little bit on purpose. DC has to know that all their lady comic books are coming out in one week.
I would say they're marketing towards women in that if you come for Wonder Woman and you see that other new comics similar.
You think they're coming for Wonder Woman, though? You think that's DC's #1 selling lady?
Is it?
I don't know. Not just that, I don't know what this #1 is.
Batgirl does well. I mean...
Yeah, I bet it's Batgirl or Batwoman, maybe. It's probably Batgirl.
I wouldn't say Batwoman. It's not...
Yeah. It's probably Batgirl.
Yeah. But anyway.
Simone's popular.
Yeah,
and,
exactly. You come for one, you stay for the others.
Yeah, sure. So, I mean... It may not be a bad idea, and also, I mean, financially for them, and also for getting these comics out.
Mm-hmm.
But I like Ladies Week. It's always cool because I feel so progressive when I walk out the store and I have like Amethyst, Catwoman, Supergirl, and all that other good stuff. Batwoman and Batgirl and Wonder Woman and Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it has to be on purpose. There's no way it's not because when the New 52 was first announced, it wasn't like that.
Yeah, it probably did. They kind of just started consolidating that way.
Yeah.
More that way.
Oh well.
Batgirl wasn't part of it for the longest time. It came out a different week.
Yeah, it came out the same week Batman did.
Yeah, I think it did. Ooh.
Oh, whoa! The horn of Gondor in your pants, or are you just happy to do this video?
Are you getting blue for the video now? Because I'll do it.
Come up and see me and read some comic books sometimes, big fella. Mae West.
Let's move on.
Okay. Alright, well, let's start with... My big thing is slapping tables.
You were about that today.
Let's get started with Mara and the smaller guys, the
Small
Images, IDWs, and the Dark Horses, and whatever else.
Yeah. Well, we have BPRD, Hell on Earth, coming out for you Hellboy fans out there. I don't keep up with this series. Brian, you know much?
Yeah, it's getting all crazy.
Yeah. No Hellboy in that, though. I mean, that's...
No, Hellboy's dead, dude. He's in hell.
He's in hell, yeah. Is that over? Is Hellboy in hell?
No, there's one more issue at least, and then it's going to be some one-shots and stuff. But basically, the doors of hell have opened, so there's all kinds of... I don't even know how
There's like a lot of tentacle things coming out.
Yeah, I don't know how to say
everywhere.
that, dudes. The Og drug and whatever. The thing from the movie, which saw in the movie.
I will say, I started reading this earlier today, and I didn't get through it because I was watching Arrested Development in preparation for next season.
They finally showed a trailer for that.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
But the artwork in this is very pretty.
Yeah, Lawrence Campbell is a new artist on BPRD. I've seen him do other stuff, but he's one of the new artists on the BPRD books.
Yeah, and it reminds me a lot of Fatal.
Oh,
that same like.
On that.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't meant to be on purpose. It just now reminded me. The same like darker noir feeling to the comic book and gives it more adult theme to it without even having to add words or anything like that.
That's always been a huge draw for Hellboy comics. I mean, the art's always looked really good on this stuff.
And this one, I did get most of the way through it, and it's World War II story with those tentacle Nazi fellas coming in.
Yeah.
Which are so creepy.
Yeah, we're still in the middle of the arc where it's all just one-shots.
Can I say this as far as comic books and how they've influenced my life?
Okay.
So many comic movies, comic books have associated, Raiders of the Lost Ark, have associated the Nazis with like supernatural religious stuff, like either aliens or the occult or...
Theoretically, that's a morsel of that.
Quite, yeah. But almost to the point where I'm kind of like, you know what? I wonder if Hitler did have the Tesseract. You know, something like that.
Or if they really have
the Ark
a team
of the
of
Covenant,
Cthulhu-like creatures.
Yeah, exactly.
But, I mean, it was a pretty nice story, and it may not be the best place to jump in for everyone. But I'd say, I mean, if you're going to give something a chance...
like I said, they're all one-shots, too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that is a decent book.
All you really need to know is that Josephine kind of, sort of, lives...
forever, apparently.
Forever. And she's the most beautiful woman you'll ever meet. So.
It's nice to have that cover come out, too, because I've had that poster hanging in my classroom forever with kids pronouncing it fatale.
Oh dear.
What's fatale? Welcome to English class. It's pronounced fatal.
Yeah. And then another series that I'm not really familiar with. I've never read a Conan before.
This is pretty good. Brian Wood's writing them, and it's this is the beginning of a new story with Balit. I'm not sure how to say her name.
And it's got a really pretty cover.
Yeah.
And a sweet on the back of it. You know, there's a big. Everybody's excited about the back. Turn it around.
It's just an ad.
We don't do video games, guys, but that game's gonna be awesome.
I did pre-order it already.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be sweet.
So, and you say that the Conan, Brian Wood's Conan is really good.
Yeah, it's really good. And
So,
like that's the beginning of a new story, so I'm not exactly where it's going.
Okay, yeah, Nightmare the Shallows Part 1. So, if you're ever interested in barbarian stories, just jump in on that one.
Conan's probably one of the few pulp characters that, like, who has all the pulp ones? Dynamite?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he's, I guess he's pulp, I don't know.
He's public domain, I know that.
Yeah. No, Conan is not.
Is he not?
It's not
no.
what?
He's not public domain.
Oh, wait, I'm thinking, because the guy who did John Carter, and that stuff is public domain, he did Tarzan. I was mixing that up. Okay.
Gotcha.
Alright.
But
Well,
yeah,
sweet.
I'm kind of, I might read it. I think I have a copy of it.
I've got the first hardcover that Becky Cloonan did, if you want to borrow it. It's pretty good. Like I said, it's Brian Wood, so he's been really great lately.
Yeah.
I mean, for a long time, but all his Dark Horse stuff is really good.
Awesome.
And hopefully his X-Men stuff will be awesome too.
New York 5.
New York 5 is
Yeah.
good.
You read that?
And 4.
No, I was just following away with comic books yesterday, and I got to a bunch of New York 5s, and I remember because you have all the issues of New York 5, then you have, like, the trades, too.
Of New York 4.
Well, but you said, like, New York 4 was also published by Vertigo originally when the issues came out, but, like, when the trade came out, it was someone else.
Minx?
No,
Minx?
you have it backwards.
Yeah.
Minx was the first one, and that was their all-girl, what do you call it, sub-published.
Okay, so Vertigo
was,
never did New York 4.
No, but they did the trade. They did the later trade back because the originally they were like manga. They were small.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
that's what
size
you got.
is.
Yeah. Okay.
So they reissued it when 5 came out and made it a big size.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of like
It's
what
a great series.
kind of like what Dark Horse did with Usagi Yojimbo. Once Fan and Graphics kind of let go of that. Okay.
Yeah, but it was that Minx. It was the all-girl publishing portion that kind of failed.
I like how
But it's great.
It's one of the best ones. It probably is the best one. But there are a couple other good ones too.
I'm not wrong here. Brian Wood is a guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, he just is really good at writing women.
Written by guys. Mike Carey and his daughter wrote one that was really good. I can't remember the name of it.
I
You don't have to
hate
be
to
a
be closed-minded
woman.
on this, but that's mostly what he writes about, and he writes them really well.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to be a woman to write female characters. Just like women can write male characters.
Right.
It goes both ways.
But
You
you
just
look
have
at
to be a decent person.
You look at Star Wars right now, though. That's pretty much just Princess Leia centric. Well, it's the issues I've read and pretty Princess
No, that's
Leia
pretty
centric.
much. I mean, Han and all those guys are in it. But
Yeah.
it's definitely Leia's definitely the star.
Kind of like the
story.
core of everything going on. But, I think he's been doing a great job.
Yeah, not a bully for Brian Wood. Cool. All right. Well, is that all for your?
That's it for smaller publishers that we have here.
Okay. Well.
Shout out for My Little Pony.
Yeah. And also over at Boom, they have regular show.
Yes, regular show number 1 did come out.
Yeah. So,
TJ's the only one involved in that. So.
Yeah, but I'm sure that's gonna be good because obviously, with the Eisner nominations, Adventure Time getting nominated, you don't see like a franchise comic book get you hardly see a superhero comic book get recognition.
Well,
from
they got
Eisner.
snubbed pretty hard in the eyes this year.
Yeah, but there you go.
But,
Yeah, live and learn. No one watches those Eisners.
they're like the Oscars.
I always hear like when people go to Comic Con, they never stay that Sunday night or whatever.
You should go.
As far as men DC Comics, there's not much. There's a few trade backs collections that came out.
Yeah,
Aquaman.
And what else was it? We don't have any extra ones. Aquaman and Action Comics is late.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
But
something.
that stuff came out. But we got Red Hood and the Outlaws, Nightwing, and Legion of Superheroes.
Which is being canceled in August.
Really?
Yep.
That and Dial H and Demon Knights and another one that we cannot remember.
I know some people are going to be, a lot of people are going to be bummed out about Dial H and Demon Knights, because those are kind of...
Yeah, but Legion's the one where it's like, I mean, that's cool, but we almost for sure something immediately is going to replace it.
Yeah.
They've been talking about the Justice Legion is what everybody's
But it's going away in August. Is that right?
Yeah, I think that's...
Okay.
Because the solicitation just came out in August, so it'll be August.
22 is the last issue. Okay. Kevin Maguire's going to do the last issue.
Speaking of last issue, I don't have it here, but it's in my pile. The last issue of Amethyst.
Mm-hmm.
Nice try, DC. I really think the thing that hurt you the most there was selling the thing at $3.99.
Backup story.
Yeah, and it's hard to sell, you know.
Amethyst is always a hard comic. It's perceived at least as super girly. I mean, it's not like, you can read Supergirl or Wonder Woman or Catwoman.
Part of that is the marketing. They did the DC Nation shorts with Amethyst, and apparently those are really popular.
Those are funny because they're like gem.
Yeah. But why not market Sword of Sorcery and Amethyst to that younger population?
I mean, cool stuff with Justice League Dark. I don't think the character is going to go anywhere. I think we'll see her crop up, but it was a nice stab. But don't tack on a really half-hearted backup. And that was just a terrible backup.
Mm-hmm.
And your comic's not going to sell well. It's hard to sell a $4 comic, and very rarely is a backup really something you're excited about.
Probably didn't help much that Eclipso was the villain too.
Yeah, exactly. Like there wasn't much going for her. But also there was some pretty crappy stuff. Like in the first issue, like the Zero issue or whatever, you don't want to have subtle hints of gang rape in it. It was in there, and it's just awkward stuff like that.
This would have been a great series to put out in like the manga digest forms for younger readers.
Kind of like what Marvel did with Mary Jane, Most Peter Parker.
Yeah,
and stuff
and
like that.
Does DC?
The problem is everything you guys keep talking about is stuff that never works.
I know.
It always fails.
Yeah, but
which is a shame. But
it would have been
the market is just not big enough now for that kind of.
Because Amethyst was in Books of Magic, and there's stuff there, but it's hard to sell. It's hard to sell, and especially with no offense to Ann the Kitty, the Cinti who wrote. At least the first few issues. I don't know if she wrote Amethyst.
Wasn't that Christy Marks?
Christy Marks, that's right. Anderson is not bad.
She's on Catwoman.
Innocent is really good. I love her Daredevil run.
Yeah, her Catwoman, which comes up today, the cover is pretty interesting. She's grave robbing Esther Cobblepot's grave, and Penguin's none too pleased about it. Those that kind of know Penguin and read his Pain and Prejudice that came out last year. Did you read that? Dude, no, it's really good.
Sorry, I'm not reading a Penguin miniseries.
I'm with you there.
Watch it or read it. It's
pre-New 52 anyway, it doesn't count.
It's good. The Penguin is a big mama's boy, if you didn't already know that. So, Catwoman robbing his grave. And I don't know, it feels Batman Return-y, doesn't it?
I don't know.
Nah. Okay.
I guess because
it's Catwoman. Alright. Yeah, it's a stretch.
I'll buy that for $1.
RoboCop. Yeah.
I love that I worked that into my vocabulary.
Yeah. Don't ever
that you picked it up.
Yeah, no. They're actually about to erect a RoboCop statue in Detroit. But no, also, have you ever mentioned RoboCop on Twitter? And try this to the kids at home. There is some dude that stalks anyone that mentions RoboCop, and he will automatically respond back to you and say, "I'll buy that for $1." It's obnoxious, but it works. He'll do it. Wonder Woman. Speaking of not the greatest seller, but probably one of the more critically acclaimed DC books.
I think it's one of those where the trades and the hardcovers sell better than the comic does. That's how I get it.
I'm not a big fan of this run on Wonder Woman. I just
in general, or just the storyline.
Storyline. I mean, in general, ever since issue 1 of the New 52.
Right, when they changed your father and stuff.
When they changed everything, and I never thought myself to be one of those fangirls who held on to nostalgia in the past.
She's a hard character to do.
I don't think anyone knows her.
Gail Simone was one of the best ones, and even her run wasn't amazing. There were awesome parts of it, but it definitely didn't sell very well.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of Gail Simone, we got the newest issue of Batgirl with, I don't know if this is Peyton Riley, the female ventriloquist, and certainly not Arnold Wesker. Earlier today, I mentioned that I wondered that was Peyton Riley, and Brian said, who? And I said, there's a female ventriloquist after Wesker. And he was like, It took him a while, but I out-comic book Brian a little bit there.
I don't think that counts.
Paul Dini created her in his terrific Detective Comics run. So
what's the Carpenter's name then? She's a way cooler character.
I don't know.
You know who that is?
Karen Carpenter?
No. Remember the Carpenter she was in his run where she was the girl who built all the death traps and stuff?
I don't.
You suck.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Reverse.
Yeah, you got it. But anyway, I don't know. I hope it's cool. I hope
it should be.
It just looks kooky and creepy, you know. I hope that it's not just trying to stylistically sell us on that.
Drop some names now. I know Gail was really excited about it when I saw her in Seattle. She was talking it up.
Oh, so you, Gail, first name basis.
Oh yeah.
Look at
we went to the Space Needle once together.
That's pretty sweet.
We were on the same car.
But speaking of some pretty cool style, I got some Batwoman issue 20. Now you do like this comic.
I do like this comic.
You have no qualms here.
No, and they've got a new artist, Trevor McCarthy, I believe.
Yeah.
And it's not exactly the same style as Williams, but it works with his story. So just have to, even though I missed those giant 2-page spreads that you didn't have to read the words to know what was going on, I still enjoyed the artwork a lot. It's very
they're not
complimentary.
They're not going to put a D-list artist on Batwoman. I don't think they can, because people will lose it. Because that Batwoman's kind of known for having
beautiful artwork.
Excellent artwork.
And even the cover on this one is just really pretty.
Yeah, they're all great.
Google it.
You could see it on our blog, but it's not your pick of the week.
No.
No.
Right now.
All right, Marvel.
You're missing one. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm. All right, Marvel boy.
All right. I gotta go quick because he's already spent 20 minutes on.
You know what? People watch
talking about The Last of Us or whatever. All right, so we got some more Age of Ultron. Wolverine and Invisible Woman broke the past, so now we got problems.
I like that duo.
It's a cool idea. It's an interesting team up. I would like to see more of it in the future, not necessarily in this storyline, but
every once in a while they'll put two really well established characters together in comics, and you're like, I never thought about that.
I'm pretty sure that's what Bendis said. Originally, I mean, you can even see it in the story because originally she didn't go to the past with Wolverine, but then the next issue, oh yeah, she went to the past, whatever. Yeah. He was writing it and realized he needed somebody with Wolverine, and was like, oh well, Sue and Wolverine never hang out together. So that'd be interesting.
I'm sure he's never written Sue, or not
he's
very
written
much.
Sue. I mean, he wrote, if nothing else, he wrote Ultimate Fantastic Four. Yeah, he did.
I know, but
I mean, I can see where you say it doesn't count, but
it's
all right, whatever. Moving on.
Yeah, okay.
Avengers: The Enemy Within. This is the prelude, or the first part of the crossover with Ms. Marvel or Captain Marvel and Avengers Assemble. Kelly Sue's writing it. It was pretty good. What?
That cover.
Oh. This cover? Cable and X-Force in space? In space!
Oh, it's so bad.
No, it's not. Why is that bad?
Because he's wearing a goofy looking spacesuit.
He's gonna be able to fight in space.
Goofy, dude. This is robot arm. This isn't even part of the space suit.
So good.
But it matches. Always have to.
It's good. I've been enjoying this book. I like the characters a lot, though.
Hey, it's Beast's girlfriend. She shows up.
It is. Agent Brand's been in it for quite a bit. Because it's in space. She's the space shield girl.
Sword, isn't she?
Yeah, Sword. Alright, now we got one of Matt's favorite books, FF.
Yeah, they're in space. That looks pretty sweet.
My God's back.
Negative zone, I don't know.
Yeah, that counts as space.
What I like about FF is that they put speech bubbles on the covers.
Yeah.
That's
Captain Marvel did that for one of
their
issues.
Say something, She-Hulk. How do we get within clobbering range?
That's just a fun book, though.
This thing needs to clobber some stuff.
Yeah.
Some Nora Nova. Jeff Loeb and Ed McGuinness doing Sam's origin story.
Good book.
It's been really good, yeah. Thunderbolts with a green cover, which is weird because they've all been red lately, but
something different.
Yeah. Deadpool and Venom running around doing crazy stuff. And then Wolverine and the X-Men in the future, which should be cool. This is the beginning of a new storyline again.
No.
You want me to blather around about it for 20 minutes like you do?
Yeah. It's a good series.
And then a not fun issue of X Factor. If you read the last issue, bad things are happening to M.
Read it.
Oh,
I don't want to spoil it for you. I mean, take a look at the cover. You can probably guess.
she got splattered.
It's the last part of the Hell on Earth storyline, though, and then we go into the last X Factor.
Wait,
story.
like from Superman?
No.
No,
I'm just kidding.
no, this is the much
What was,
better.
was that called Hell on Earth?
It was, but it was Hell H-E and then like an apostrophe.
Hell L or whatever.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And there you go. There's a quick recap of the Marvel books.
Quick. All right. Well, let's do pick of the week. You want to do?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm doing Ultimate Spider-Man again because when I did number 22, that was the end of the last story. This is the beginning of the next story. 1 year later, after bad things happened to Miles, and so he's not Spider-Man in this story. But I'm sure that circumstances will force him to be Spider-Man again. But
Nah.
you got his new girlfriend, Kate Bishop, who you might know better as Hawkeye.
Ooh.
She's not Hawkeye yet, as far as we know. And little Gwen Stacy shows up too.
Gwen Stacy's Carnage.
She is Carnage, but she doesn't know she's Carnage.
Ah, kooky old Ultimate Universe with your Fialkoff and your Bendis.
Not yet.
Well,
Fiakov's coming though.
he is. Then in the Ultimate Iron Man, doesn't he have like a brain tumor?
Yes, but it talks to him, so it's okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Makes sense.
That's Ultimate.
It is Ultimate too.
Goodness. All right. And
There's
there's
without Ultimates, you wouldn't even have Iron Man. Iron Man, did you know in the movies wouldn't be around.
No, that's probably true. I want to say that all of us stuck to our like rather designated comic books that we usually talk about, but I guess yours isn't very independent.
No.
No, it's not. But still,
It's creator owned.
Yeah,
Is it?
that's true. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Mostly creator owned because it's Vertigo.
But we'll get to that later. Here's a very poor cover to a very exciting comic book. I kind of ranted and raved, not really ranted, I just more raved about issue 19 of Supergirl.
Cool. I'm excited because I can say boob window again.
Yeah, definitely. Look at that cover there.
It's right in the
Boob
front.
windows.
Yeah, Know What the 52, man. That's right on the cover.
She knows she's wearing the boob window in this comic book, and like World's Finest, where
Yeah.
she knew that she was wearing
That
the
was
costume.
weird.
I'm pretty sure that Paul Levitz, when he wrote it, didn't realize they were going to change the costume.
Yeah, especially in a Supergirl comic.
Yeah.
But no, issue 19 was just a ton of fun. It was really entertaining. It wasn't dark. It wasn't miserable. It was just great art, good story.
Supergirl is dying.
Yeah, but you know,
I mean, we know
She'll
she's not
get
gonna
better.
yeah, and you know, it's fun to have her and Power Girl together. So
die. Sure.
cool stuff. I was watching Justice League Unlimited. The Power Girl on there, no good. She doesn't wear the cape, and she wears like a.
She's supposed to be. She's way younger than that, though. Isn't she like 16?
She
Type?
still
I
has,
mean,
like-
she's a clone. So
She has like
she's
a little,
still,
she has
year
a little
older.
bitty
Yeah.
boob window, which is weird. But we can't get rid of it. But we can't also be
Yeah,
overly
right,
explicit.
she's 15 or whatever.
So what's your pick of the week?
Fables 129. I'm very excited about this one because where we last left off, Snow White's ex-husband / current husband, the prince,
Right.
is Psycho, and he somehow linked his physical well-being to hers. So every time he gets hit, she feels it as well. And of course, Bigby comes in, you know, huffing and puffing, and Snow's feeling the damage as well. So that's kind of what makes
He's
this
the big
cover
werewolf.
really unique, is that she's got all her guns, she's got everything she needs to take down this guy, but we don't know how it's going to affect her.
Right.
And the way that the cover artist, which isn't credited in this,
I don't remember how to say his name.
In
It's
this book.
Jowl Roas or something. I don't remember.
but when you
He was
look,
not a Fables comic.
yeah, when you look closely at her face, it's just like one of the saddest images you'll ever see. The whites in her eyes are just like blindingly bright, and it's just, you know, you think at any moment, like, she knows that she's going to die. Or she thinks she's going to die.
She better not die.
She,
So wife's gonna die in Fables?
no, I'm just saying, from this image,
Yeah.
she
I mean,
is
she's
going into this fight thinking, I could die. I could possibly not come
probably
back from
thinking
this.
she is going to die, and then Rose Red or Bigby or somebody will save her.
Somebody will save her.
Three little
We're not
pigs.
that worried.
3 Little Pigs.
There aren't any 3 little pigs. There's
Yeah,
only 2
well.
little pigs.
No.
You know, or all 3 of them.
I don't
All
like
3 are
Fables.
dead,
But
and
one of
then
them is a ghost.
something like
I
that.
can't remember.
The dragons got turned into pigs.
Who would win in a fight? Robert Kirkman or Bill Willingham?
Willingham?
probably Kirkman. Kirkman's younger, but I don't see either one of them. Neither one of them.
I don't think they would fight.
Yeah.
I'm just saying because, you know.
No, this is we're digressing.
Long-running comic series that they've been on for over 100 years. If Bendis, Willingham, and Kirkman, those three should get in a fight.
I don't want to think about this.
And Peter David, but he can't
Oh,
fight. He can't
okay.
fight.
We'll see you next week.
Tell him where we're located, Brian.
255 Ferris Road behind old UCA.
The good old man Logan UCA. Not right.
Hawkeye Schooler.
Yeah. All right. So from The Secret Life of Comic Books, I'm Matt Wood.
I'm Mara Whiteside.
And I'm Brian Keown.
And we will see you next week, rain or shine.